Good evening. This is the Dean of All Things Spicy with Conjured Vapors Peppers, and I'm here to do a pepper review for you. So I'm now on my second form of highlighting YouTube channels, and this is more of the competitive eating circuit rather than pepper reviewers. So tonight's review or highlight is the Scorch Queen. So really interesting YouTube channel. The Scorch Queen is just a great person. I've never met her in person, but I've interacted with her quite a bit on social media. You can truly tell that she loves what she does, right? She has a great studio, supportive old man, who, by the way, is a rocker. But, I digress. I got to see her on a video once, a live video of her at a pepper eating competition, and she did so well. I believe it was a Carolina Reaper eating contest, but she did so amazingly well. I would absolutely adore to sit at a table and eat peppers with her someday. But anyway, yeah, go check out the Scorch Queen. I'll link her in the description down below. She is just a primo spicy food eater. She's so good at what she does. She loves what she does. It shows through in her videos. Yeah. I do understand she might be taking some time off for a little bit, but go check out her channel. She has a lot of videos, and they're interesting. They're fun to watch. Like her videos, subscribe to her channel. Hit that bell icon for her so that you can be notified of whenever she posts something new. Anyway, today's pepper, thanks to Clayton Hollingsworth, is a Primotalli. Everybody always sees or hears about the chocolate Primotalli. Well, this is the original, the red. So let's cut her open with the handy dandy knife. Let's see what's going on in the inside of this little thing. Wow. So the thing that I find interesting about the majority of the Primotallis is they never seem to have much pith. Almost none. But they're a scorchingly hot pepper, right? More often than not, I say that the larger the pith or the larger the placenta, the more hot that pepper tends to be. That's the weird thing about the Primotalli, the chocolate Primotalli, the golden Primotalli, any of the Primotalli peppers, is it's not really there. And they're still amazingly hot. But anyway, I digress. Again, good smell, kind of fruity. Let's try it out and see what she tastes like. Mmm. That was such a good pepper. So, the initial chew process was sweet, probably 3 out of 10 sweetness. quite fruity. Little bit of bitterness on the back end. Hardly any floral notes at all. No earthiness. Just an amazing pepper. I truly enjoy the Primotalli line. The chocolate Primotalli can be a little floral, a little bitter. But the majority of the other Primotallis tend to be quite fruity. A little bit of earthiness in the chocolate, a little bit of earthiness in the mustard. You know, one pepper I've never seen is the white Primotalli. I would really like to see a white Primotalli someday. I'd like to try one, but I haven't experienced one yet. Anyway, the heat level's climbing. I can't tell you exactly where it's at yet, but it's absolutely a hot pod. As I was chewing it, it was kind of getting my throat. The burn now is mostly in the middle of my tongue, the back of my tongue, roof of my mouth, and the upper part of my throat near the sinus cavity. I can now feel it in my chest. There's my nose, claiming that it's a minimum of 1 million Scoville heat units. Pretty sure I'll tear up from this pepper, but it's not a guarantee. More often than not, when I eat a Primotalli, I estimate that they're higher than 1.4 billion, sometimes 1.8, 1.9. I'm not sure this one's going to reach that. I'm thinking 1.3 right now, but it's still climbing, so I can't tell you for sure. Excuse me. Well, I was going to have a peppermint, but it didn't come out. Huh. So it was in the upper part of my throat near my sinus cavity, but now it's starting to go down a little lower in my throat, like right in here. So, interesting thing about late season pods, end of the season, as it's closing in all winter, they just tend to be sweeter than normal. Like a Primotalli in the middle of the season, they're a little bit fruity and a little bit sweet, but they don't tend to be very sweet. This one was quite sweet. My eyes are now getting watery. The burn's still going. I'm not positive it's peaked yet. It feels like it's starting to peak right at this point in time. Love the Primotalli pepper. So supposedly it was a cross with a Silverpot Primo and a Fatali. I guess there was the possibility of other peppers in that mix. Sorry. Let's get in my throat. But I don't know the full story. I don't know that anybody truly knows the full story, except for the person who actually created the pepper. But absolutely, hands down, one of the hottest peppers on the planet. The watery eyes are now turning into tear. And my nose is starting to run even more. The burn is now entire mouth, the entirety of the roof of my mouth, the entirety of my tongue, and I'm starting to feel this pod in my belly. So I'm thinking it's because the tear is forming, I'm thinking a minimum of 1.3, but I think higher. So most people would not be able to handle pods this hot unless you are a very experienced pepper eater, right? So for the majority of people out there, the only thing you'd ever want to do with this is make pepper flake, pepper powder, or perhaps a hot sauce. Me, with the red Primotalli, I love eating it in American chili. Beans and hamburger or sausage, however you make your chili. Just plain old red American chili. I love the red Primotalli for that. I don't really use the chocolate Primotalli for that, but I do the red. I think it pairs super well. I'm now having a tear falling out of my left eye. I'm thinking 1.6 million Scoville heat units. I don't think I'm gonna think it's higher than 1.6, but I'm thinking this one's right around 1.6. I usually get a tier around 1.4 or 1.5. But I usually only fill that up in here. Once it's 1.5, 1.6, I start to fill it down in the belly. So, anyway, beautiful pepper, beautiful pod. Thank you, Clayton. I really appreciate it. And, yeah, go check out some of these spicy competitors, spicy food eaters. Go check out the Scorch Queen. I'm linking her information in the description down below. This is the Nina of all things spicy with Conjured Vapors Peppers. Have a beautiful night. I'm out.